Hey, welcome back to Trucking with Velox 18. I don't think you guys can see the sign behind me, but I'm up here in Tomah, Wisconsin, and diesel's only 408. I'm like, man, I think I paid $5.40 down in Indiana, something like that, a couple days ago. So I should have waited to come up here and fuel, but we're up here. We're gonna go pick up some cranberries. We're gonna go pick up some cranberries, and oh yeah, did you guys see this? Yesterday was the first day of fall, right? The official first day of fall. I'm wearing my sweatshirt for the first time in months. First time. It's about 37 degrees, 38 degrees. So you too can wear a Velox 18 sweatshirt if you go into the merch shop. The merchandise shelf should be right underneath this video. If you don't see the merchandise shelf underneath this video, you can go to velox18.com and get yourself some swag. But that's not this video is not supposed to be a plug for merchandise. I'm just trying to tell you guys that we're gonna make our pickup. It's bright and early, 6 a.m. I'm gonna go get my breakfast going, and then we're gonna get out of here. So roll the music. We are up bright and early this morning, and I'm eager to get this day started. This is gonna be a good day, man. If you didn't watch yesterday's video, I called this shipper that I'm going to this morning and asked them if I could arrive early to my 1 p.m. appointment, and they told me that the product is already ready and that I could get there as early as 7 o'clock. So as you can see, we're up before the sunrise. We're going to keep on an early schedule, which is always nice. Should be loaded by mid-morning, and then we should be able to head out on our way and start heading towards home. We'll sit on this load over the weekend. So that'll be what we do. This will be our get home load, and then we'll deliver it Monday morning. So things are working out. The plan to kind of short hop around the Midwest is looking like it was a good plan, and I'm gonna make it home for the weekend still with decent revenue in the bank, and not a ton of miles this week, just a pretty good week. The key to this whole week being the way it was that first load that I got from Tennessee up to Romeoville near Chicago, and that load, paying a decent rate is, it was the key to this whole thing kind of working out, because I tried to get a load to the same area, and it had 1 pick and 2 drops for next week. 1 pick, 2 drops going to the same area, and it paid it paid like not quite half. It was like, maybe 70%, 65% of what the load paid this week. So that was where we made our hay this week. We got out of Tennessee up to Chicago for a good rate, and that just is hard to do in a normal circumstance right now. So look at this, we got some fog sitting here because we got these little wetlands all around us. It's fun. This reminds me of Highway 4 back in Stockton. Highway 4 back in Stockton, when you're out there on the Delta in the East Bay. That fog comes in and sits down right on that highway, Highway 4. Back when I was doing sulfur. we'll get on down the road and we'll get over there this morning and make our pickup. We should be there right after they open at 7. And oh, look, and now it's cleared up. That's all it was. Just that one little patch of little light fog sitting right on the road. But anyway, all right. I mean, beautiful sunrise this morning, but the ice chest squeaking is bothering me, so I'm sure it's bothering you guys. It always comes through louder on the video than it is even in the cab, and I can hear pretty good in the cab. So I'm going to cut this off, see if I can rearrange that before I record again, and then, yeah, I'll catch up with you guys when we get down the road. Alright, the sunrise is too good, I got to record again. Ice chest or no ice chest. We're out here on Highway 173, Wisconsin 173 North. And we're heading up to Pittsville to get loaded. And well, this is what we're waking up to, man. This is, look at that. Whew. Looks like maybe some duck blinds out there in this little, oh, maybe not duck blinds. Maybe that's cranberries. There's a couple little shacks out there. I'm like, oh, that might be some duck blinds out there in the middle of the like, you know, whatever water that is right there. But yeah, I think that I saw some sprinklers going on the other side of it. Oh, wait a second. I've never been up here in cranberry country, so this is fun. But it's only my second time in Wisconsin. The first time was just a couple months back. So this is all good, man. I had an opportunity to take a different load that paid $1,000 more than this one, but it was going to take me to Virginia for a Monday morning delivery, and to Gordonsville, Virginia. And I just kind of decided, well, I think making it home over the weekend, and then being in Murfreesboro to start next week should pay off as far as, you know, as far as the just being in a good market to start next week too. I've been to Virginia a few times and I've never been able to get anything good out of there. It's always taking something just to get out. If you hit your profit margins, then you know it's like a bonus. But you know, you hop skip, you know, back. Try and get up to Pennsylvania, and then from Pennsylvania to Ohio, or from Virginia down to Carolinas, and then the Carolinas are a crapshoot a lot of times too to try and get out of. Sometimes there's loads coming out, but sometimes there's just not, man. Sometimes there's just not, and you end up, you know, having to deadhead around a little bit, find a decent load, and then a lot of times it takes you into another bad area, and you're just kind of going from one bad area to another bad area. So I kind of just figured home, and then a familiar freight market where there seems to always be reefer loads coming out of the Murfreesboro area going somewhere. So that was worth the less money. I mean, it's less miles too. It's like 200 less miles. So it's not like it was the same number of miles and just $1,000 less. The other one was better on the rate per mile, for sure, but it wasn't like, we weren't comparing apples and apples. Right? We're a little bit apples and oranges, especially when you figure in getting home over the weekend and spending time with my family. I think I've told you guys the last couple videos, after my 15-day trip out west, I just decided that as much as, you know, staying in the truck is more profitable on the money side, it's detrimental to my own emotional health and also the health of my family. And so we just decided I decided I don't want to do that anymore. I'm going to make whatever sacrifices I need to make on the money side to try to get home on a regular basis, even if that means I'm not, I'm not doing as well. I had one of you guys comment, and he was respectful. I could tell he wasn't. He said like, love your channel, love your content, whatever. So I could tell he wasn't saying it from a place of like, anything except his model is like he stays gone because he's like OTR. Like if you're an OTR guy, you're over the road and that's your shtick, that's your thing, then you don't really understand wanting to be home every weekend because that's not where the money is. And so I get that, but I've never been an OTR guy, and so leaving out for 15 days is like, that's a big deal to me. And I'm not wired that way to like, be gone from my family. Like I'm a very family oriented guy. I've been so my whole life. Been around. I've lived within 15 minutes of a family member everywhere I've ever lived. Never lived anywhere without family. It's just kind of, I'm big on family. So it makes things complicated when you go into like a little mini depression because you're out on the road for too long, and then you get home and you have to readjust to just being a part of life at home, and it takes you like 4 or 5 days to get it reacclimated to being home, and then you gotta leave again. It's like, I don't know, it's just not the life for me, man. And so all you OTR guys who go over the road, like, I respect you guys. I think you guys are a little bit crazy because I'm not wired that way. I think you guys are a little nuts, but more power to you, man. But that's not the way that I'm wired, and that's not the way that I run. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay, not being a tough guy trucker who can tough it out for a month at a time. Like, that's just, I don't know, man. You can call me whatever you want to call me, sissy, mama's boy, whatever you want to call me. I don't really care. I just love my family, and I like to be around them, and I think it's healthy for me and for them if I'm around more. So when I started trucking, I was always going to be local. Never wanted to take any longer loads, and then I was like, well, I can go out and come back, just a one trip out and back. And then it was like, well, if I stay out, I can make a little more money. And so it's definitely been like a chasing of the money that's even brought me to the point where I'm gone all week and then try to get home on the weekends. Like, that's the only reason why I would even think about doing it, is because there's loads to be there's money to be made on these loads. So anyway, so that's kind of my thing, man. This is kind of a temporary arrangement for me to be running longer out here. I got plans to change the formula once I get more connections in Tennessee, and once we get the ball a little further down the road. But equipment prices going crazy the last couple years, and then now the rates kind of coming back down to earth, kind of have me a little hesitant. And really, it's not even the rates right now that makes me hesitant, because the rates, you can find rates. There's money to be made in trucking still. The rates aren't, I don't know. I don't know what it was like before, because I've only been doing this a year and a half. But if this is, if this is low rates, then no one should ever go out of business. Because I got pretty high costs for my company, and I can make money in this market. So, but I think it might get worse, because I think it has gotten worse before. And not only do I think it might get worse, but the economy just itself is unstable right now, and so I'm not looking to do anything drastic just yet. We're just going to kind of hold down the fort for a little bit until we kind of see where things are going, and then got ideas and plans for the future that will get me home a lot more. So. Man, it's just too beautiful of a drive to cut the video off. I just keep talking because maybe I'll just like put all this video in fast motion because it's just too pretty, man. Too pretty. No, forget that. I just won't talk as much later. This was the talking portion of the video. The rest of the video is going to be all quick cuts. How about that? We're like more than halfway into the video, but we haven't even gotten to our first pickup yet. It was all fun and games until the sun actually got up over that horizon. Holy crap.
Tip me off here. I'm turning about 1.5 miles up my knee.
Thanks, sir. I'm actually going to be turning to, I'm going to the Gardner cold storage. Is that where you're going?
Yeah, all day.
Perfect. I'll follow you in there. I was kind of looking for it. It's my first time going there, so now I've got a leader.
What are you doing, dropping or picking up?
I'm picking up.
Okay, you'll want to come in on the west side of the building then. I'm going in on E. You'll want to turn in by where it says truck entrance up here on top of the hill.
Perfect. I appreciate the info.
Yeah, no problem, man. It's a zoo, otherwise you end up on the wrong side.
Somehow I always end up on the wrong side.
I'm always on the wrong side. Usually the law.
All right.
Yeah, right up here, right here, where I'm about right. There's a flag right here. Turn in right here.
Man, thank you so much. It would have been tough for me to see that with this sun.
I know, that's what I was trying to tell you. Oh, you're going to blow right by it.
Man, so that was awesome. Did you hear that, guys? Always have your CB radio on. All he said that started the conversation was he said, "Man, that's bright," and I just said, "Yeah, it was a nice view until just now." And he said, "Yeah, now we got no view." And well, my eyes got to adjust now because it's kind of dark behind the building here. Wow, I got spots in my eyes. All right. So anyway, but that was a perfect. I'm really glad that guy was in front of me and that he knew where I needed to turn, because it would have been tough to get in here. So there's another truck coming in behind me, so I'll see where it is that he goes to check in, because I didn't really see a sign when I came in, but then again I couldn't see much of anything. So we'll see where it is we're supposed to go, and then see if we can get loaded up. All right, we found shipping and receiving in the back. I just walked back there because I figured, I didn't know if I was going to be in these front doors up here or what. But there's a whole line of trucks already in docks back there. So we got a dock, and they're putting me in dock 10, and we're going to go get in there and see how long it takes for them to load me up. Shouldn't be too long. All right, we are loaded up. This is a place where they give you your paperwork and your seal before you even get loaded. So I got a green light. My paperwork is a couple thousand pounds heavier than what the broker said it was going to be. So I'm going to pull up over here, and we're going to use these air scales again. And oh, they actually have a scale right here on site for their own loads, for the bulk loads. I did want to say, so I assumed I was getting cranberries because this place is a cranberry farm, and it's cold storage primarily used for cranberries, but it's also a third-party cold storage used for cheese because I'm in Wisconsin. So we actually have cheese. No cranberries for me, not this time. So El Queso back on the queso. But I think this is pretty flat ground, so let me get on the scale app and see what the weights look like. All right, so now mind you, this isn't calibrated. So I don't know. It says 81,067, but last time when I started sliding my tandems around, that started changing the total gross, because it's not 40, almost 47,000 pounds that I have on the truck. But you can tell the trailer and drive aren't lined up, so aren't even. So I'm gonna go ahead and slide these around. All right, being that this load is a lot heavier than what I thought it was, I can't get it to scale out on my app. Now my app, I've only calibrated once with a load. So, and it's definitely colder weather now, so I'm assuming the app may just be off. But I mean, just thinking about, I got full tanks of fuel. I've got 44,327. I might be like a couple 100 pounds overweight, because if I remember right, my tare weight is 36,000 when I'm full of fuel. Just a little over 36,000, not quite 36,001. So if I'm at 44.3, I'm at 36, 36,100 or thereabouts, then I'm gonna be over 80,000. So I'm gonna ask them, they have a scale right here. I'm gonna go in and ask them like if I can just scale it out and see where I'm at, because the broker told me 42.5. I gotta hold them to that, and if they gotta take a pallet off, that's not my problem. But it may just be a function of the app not being calibrated all the way, and the cold weather. So I'd like to double check it, and they've got a scale right here. So I'm just gonna go ask them if I can just hop on it real quick. They're using it for their bulk loads that they're getting, but maybe I can just hop on real quick and make sure that I'm good to go. So I'll go ask them and see what they say. All right, they said go ahead. There was a sign there that said $10 cash for a scale fee, but then she said, yeah, just go ahead. So we're gonna hop on the scale and we'll see what it is. All right, now I don't think I'm gonna be able to fit the whole truck on this little scale, so I'm gonna do some axle weights. So we'll go up a little ways here, and we'll say 11,820. All right, and then we'll go get our drives on. And that's going to be 44.4, and then last but not least, let me go make sure I'm on all the way, because I think I might be good. It says 79,740. Let me see if I'm on. 79,760. All right. Well, I didn't think I was going to fit on the scale. I do have to move because I'm at 35 240 on the trailer tandems, and I've already moved them back quite a ways. All right. So we've got our weights. Now, this area is pretty tight back here, especially with my let's see if I can figure a way besides. I could have just flipped a U-turn right there and it probably would have been fine, but I think I'd rather just come over here and kind of do like a 3-point turn thing in the dirt. I know I had to go in the dirt to get scaled in, but I'll show you guys how to break down those numbers. You know, when you've got a scale like that, you're gonna you get your steer tires, and then obviously your steer tires are still on there when your drives are on there. So you take the weight of the whole tractor, subtract your steers, and to get the drive axle weight, and then obviously if you can fit the whole thing on the whole scale, then you're good for. So like my gross is perfectly good, but I'm gonna have to run the tandems pretty much all the way back, all the way. Man, it almost looks like I could go straight ahead, but I don't know what's over there, so I don't really want to do it. Let's get the heck out of here. We'll go slide our tandems around to get them a little bit better than they are. All right, so I just input that information from that scale onto this into the app. Now, I don't know why the cargo says estimated cargo 45,570, but our gross now is under 80,000, which we saw, you know, up on the scale. It was under 80,000. So I just got to get my trailer axle under 34,000. So I'm going to slide my trailer tandems back even further. I'm going to be spread so far. I'm going to have a huge spread. I won't be able to go through very many cities. Gonna have to take turns extra wide, but hey, at least we'll be legal. So I'm gonna go slide my tandems around. We'll see what it looks like afterwards. All right, so we got them both under 34,000, 33.7 and 33.9, and this is how far back we had to put the tandems. So the idea is obviously the further up the tandem slide, the more weight they hold, because they're more towards the center of the trailer, right? So here is where we had to slide them all the way back, get less weight on these, which ends up putting more weight up on the drive tandems. So here, this is the 40-foot mark from the kingpin. So if I was in California, the center of this hub would have to line up with that arrow right there. So I'm an entire axle off on my tandems, but that's California. That's not here. That is some cities and stuff that I might be going through, so I got to kind of keep an eye, make sure there's no 40-foot laws in other places, but we're gonna roll it because we're legal. I see some guys that roll like this sometimes, and I always think, man, why do they roll like that? Well, here's why. This is why. We got it, so we're gonna roll it. Let's just do it. I'll get out here. We're gonna hop onto State Route 73, in Wisconsin and run over to Interstate 39, and then we'll be heading south for a while. 39, 57, all the way down to the 24. So that's the plan for the day. We're just gonna truck it. Let's go, roll it. We're here in South Beloit, Illinois, and we're gonna take our 30 minutes here, and so I'm just gonna go over and see what healthy snacks we can find at the truck stop, and get myself a little lunch, and then we'll hit the road again, man. But kind of interesting clouds today and stuff. Doesn't seem like it's too stormy, it just seems kind of cloudy. So but I'm loving the weather, man. This fall weather, woo, it's feeling good. I love it. Had to take my sweatshirt off though. It started getting a little warm. But anyway, we'll get back on the road shortly. All right, we're heading back out to the truck. What do you guys think? I got Dr. Pepper Note, 0 sugar. I got smoked boneless pork chops, and I got spicy pickles. Is that a good lunch? That's good enough for me. Keep the calories down, and yeah, save up some calories for dinner. All right, we're getting a few sprinkles here. Just when we got into that little lane closure, I couldn't get the camera on quick enough, but there's a red SUV up there, and I saw it jamming from about a mile behind me, going about 90 miles an hour to get in front of me, right there at the merge, because they really wanted to get in front of me before the lane closure. The lane was closed for about a quarter of a mile, and so this guy goes flying by me and whips in front of me right before the barricades, and so, you know, of course I'm like, come on, dude. I look over, California license plates. I should have known. That's a total LA Bay Area move. Like, anywhere in California where there's commuters going to either the Bay Area or anywhere in Southern California, you're gonna get people that do that kind of crap. And yeah, as soon as he did it, I should have known, man, that was a California move. That's a California move. Although I've seen people, any of the urban centers all across the country, they drive a lot different than they do when they're out in the rural areas. Rural people drive much more polite. Anywhere where there's people in the city, they just get impatient and they drive crazy, man. It's nuts. Anyway, California, y'all need to do better, man. You guys gotta drive with more courtesy and less selfishness. You guys aren't racing anybody. Nobody who has a checkered flag at the place where you're going. So you just chill out, man. Just chill out. But anyway, all right. We're gonna head south on, well, it says we're transitioning to 55, but really we're staying on 39 south. It goes around Bloomington right here. So we're continuing on southward, and yeah, it's looking good for us to get down into Kentucky, or at least close. So I'll catch up with you guys when we get down there. All right, it is just before 8 o'clock. There's a Pilot tucked in over here, and I sure hope that there is parking on a Friday night. This is what does it say? Huck's Market, Huck's Travel Center, something like that. So I really hope that there's room for me in the inn, because I only got 12 minutes of drive time left. And so this is my stopping point, man. This is where I have to stop for the night. So we're gonna get in here. We're gonna see about finding some parking, and then once we find parking, we'll see about we gotta stop. We'll see about we gotta get straight. Once we get parking, then we'll see about getting some food and some other stuff. But it looks pretty full, but I thought I saw a couple spots, so I'm holding out hope. Let's see if we can find anything. All right, we found a spot. There's a couple of them left, but this is a good one. Let me go check and see what we got back there. All right, we got it in our little parking spot. I'm gonna come over here and try and cross the street. Oh, they do have a crosswalk. Cool. Because I want to go and well, it's between Wendy's and like Southwest Grill, something Southwest Grill. And the Southwest Grill sounds good, but it's like a restaurant. And to be honest, I just don't want to take the time for a restaurant. You know, I'd enjoy a restaurant. I like a restaurant like anybody else does, but let's see if I can. I think I'm gonna try and run across on the green rather than tripping the a pedestrian thing, because it would make everyone wait there for so long. I'll just use the green light. Boom. Done. All right. So hopefully the Wendy's is open. I'll just get myself some Wendy's, and then I'll be able to take a shower and get some sleep tonight. Yeah, time and money. Those are the two reasons why I don't want to go to that sit-down restaurant. All right, I got my Wendy's. They were open. It was funny though. I walked in, all the employees were out in the dining room. I walked in, and it was like a bunch of cockroaches scattering from the light. And I was like, dang, bro, you guys made me feel like a cop right now. Like, I just walked in, everyone started scattering around. What was that about? I'm like, oh no, sorry, no, we were just out there messing around. And so then when they gave me my food, they're like, hey, we hooked you up, gave you some extra nuggets. I'm like, dang it, man, I'm trying to watch my figure. Give me extra nugs. And sure enough, I used the pedestrian button on my way back over here, and it gave me 38 seconds. I don't know why 38, but 38 seconds to cross the road. So there was still 27 seconds on the clock that people had to sit at a red light for after I'd already crossed. So I understand not everyone has the long strides that I have, but come on, who needs 38 seconds to cross a 4-lane? If they do, they probably shouldn't be crossing a 4-lane. Get a motorized scooter, it'll cross it a lot faster than that. But anyway, all right, I'm gonna eat my dinner, take a shower, and go to bed. You guys don't need to see any of that, so I'm gonna cut this off here. Tomorrow we're gonna get down into Tennessee, down to the yard where I'm gonna park the truck, and we'll break down the numbers. Even though I'll still have one more leg of the journey left to make the delivery, I'll map that out and find out the mileage, and then we'll break down this whole last week. So that'll be on tomorrow's video, but today we're done. Love you guys, peace out, see you on the next load. Okay, I got an exceptionally wide parking spot. See how much room I have on either side? I'm all like, I look crooked on this side, but on this side I look a little straighter. I don't know, man, but we're in.